Hello everyone. How's it going? Do you hear my voice? If you hear my voice, please let me know in the chat. Okay, thank you. Thank you for letting me know. This is pre-session. Market will be open in 4 minutes. I mean, the equities open or New York open will be in 4 minutes. So I drew some of the key levels for my chart, and I want to talk about that key levels. Well, I drew this level just to remind myself that price took the previous week low and then gave a sharp turn in 4-hour chart. This is just for a reminder. These are the weekly opening gaps, new week opening gaps, as the name doesn't matter, function does. Daily chart is range bound. You can see, open the daily chart. Okay, it's pretty range bound. Price is doing mean reversions after sweeping the extremes of the range or the liquidities that are close to extreme of the range. This is the range extreme and really close to range extreme. Just price takes it and gives a deep pullback, and then this becomes one of the important liquidity levels inside the range. Price takes it and reverses. So these liquidity levels inside the range is important levels, and as you can see, price has got a tendency towards making reversals after taking out these liquidity levels. So I am careful. I am trying my best to be careful about these levels. This is very simple moving average. I'm just gonna mark it just for a reminder. So key levels are pretty much like this. This previous weekly low is also a tap low for our chart. Tap low, by tap low I mean this pattern. Breakout, first steps, continuation higher, and then deep higher again. Some of you may know it as swing breakout sequence from Stoic Trader, or some may know it as Dave the Rave pattern from Dave. Again, you can name it whatever you want, but this nice liquidity pattern. I'm expecting this level to be taken. I'm not sure if it would be today, but the ideal, the price taking this level today. I'm not sure what happens after this level. I would love to see getting taken, because it's simple logic, right? See a consolidation area. You see this a price range, right? This is simply a price range. And there is a consolidation area below the price range and another consolidation area above the price range. Okay, mark this as support level. ICT calls this order block, but some people may call it supply or demand levels. I think once again, name of the concept doesn't really matter. What matters is the underlying logic. Look at this at daily chart, you see that the order block concept that ICT talks about. Okay, I mean this. When you go into lower time frames, a little bit lower time frame, 4 hour, you see a clean consolidation area. Okay, and you see price tested this here and came back once again, and same logic might be seen over here. First test and second test. I would ideally see that this level to be sweat buffs. But before that, I want to check the ES chart. See, it has taken that. He has taken this level, so there is a probability of see this level. Lastly, this one didn't take out. Let's go back to Nasdaq. Okay, you see this 20 simple moving average for our chart, and it is on the same level that we drew on daily chart point, as you can see. So that one is a possible level. Also price took previous daily highs, one high day yesterday. The pullback is possible and probable, but I am not sure if price just flushes back down just because it came to this level once again, and just because there is an divergence between ES and I mean this is another possibility, right? Here makes some retracements and comes back to make another high. Nasdaq might be doing something similar like that and then come back. Okay, this is a possibility. Also, there is another reason why I am currently staying sidelines. First of all, I don't like to use these past levels as SPS entry. I mean, I want to use the SPS as a order flow entry pattern. Okay, so normally we can call this one a tap high, tap low, excuse me. We can call this one a tap low, but it is not really part of the current order flow. It is the part of a past order flow. So I don't use these levels for my entry pattern. I wait for price to draw my entry pattern on the RTH chart. I mean, after the market open. Okay, so when I look at this like that, there is no tap low over here really, at least for today. What was the pattern? The ESP pattern we like to trade. We want to see something like this: break, tap, higher high, and sweep of the, and then price going back higher. So I try to see this pattern inside of the market open. Okay, so if price makes a lower low, this becomes a tap high, and based on the price behavior, I might think like price. I wouldn't be so sure, so certain that price is going to take out this one. Okay, I mean price might do this too, expand a bit lower and give another tap, another lower low, and then create that SPS short setup. This is a possibility. And if price leaves multiple imbalances, I would like to see the short setup forming in the lower level. I wouldn't wait for this level, and I might perceive this level being taken as a start of a consolidation or a reversal. Okay, because if price is going to sweep it and then go, I would expect it to do this and without expanding further lower, immediately come back, sweep this one, and then expand lower. But if it leaves multiple imbalances, I might say, okay, price might be done with this level for now, and I might try to join the order flow below the price. So currently, I don't have a strong bias. Most of the sessions, I don't have a really strong bias at the opening of the session. Because I try to understand what price is doing. Where is it going? Is it consolidating? Is it expanding? For example, this is an obvious consolidation, right? And we see this kind of price action really often right before the market opens. And sometimes we see this kind of price behavior right at the market open, right at the 9:30. And if there is a price action like that, I wouldn't want to participate in it because I'm not really good at trading these kind of tight consolidation ranges. That's simply the reason. I'm not saying this is bad or good. I'm not saying this is untradable. Some people can trade it, but I'm not good at trading this. And I don't like being a trade inside of this kind of range. Okay. So this is why I prefer to watch a little at the market open. Currently, price looks a little bit bearish, obviously. Why bearish? Because this simple moving average crossover happened. This is a bearish cross. After the cross, price dropped lower, and you see the shape of these moving averages, right? They are just starting to expand from each other. I mean, they are getting far away from each other. So also there is the current week's opening gap, and price has got a tendency towards consolidation in the higher time frame. When you look at this chart, you can obviously say price has got tendency to consolidating a little bit. I mean, it is not persistent when it is doing any kind of particular movement. When it drops, doesn't drop persistently. It may reverse from some levels, and also when it goes up, it just doesn't keep doing it persistently, and it may very well reverse back lower. So since the higher time frame is range bound, I don't hold on to a bias tightly. I just look at the levels, look at the ranges. Where is it? Is it close to highs or is it close to lows? Currently it gets closer to highs, and it started expanding lower without doing this one. It made a divergence. Yes, swept this one, but also currently it looks like NASDAQ is a little bit more bearish than ES, S&P 500. As you can see, after the market open, NASDAQ drop almost 1%. It keeps going. Okay. This is something I don't like to see. If I am going to participate in a short setup, I would like to see both going in the same direction with same speed, same velocity, because if both of the indices going to the same target with same speed, that means they are moving from a level to another level. But if we are seeing too much divergences between them, that can mean the big players might be rotating money instead of expanding price. By rotating money, I mean the big players might go long in some particular tech industries, technology industries, and be long in something else, or sell this, buy that. By rotation, I'm talking about these kind of things. Because that when price is like that, I mean when price of Nasdaq and ES is diverging too much, it gets difficult, more difficult to understand where price is actually going. Okay, right now price took a higher time frame level, and price might be creating the week. I'm sorry, not the week. This candlestick will be closed in 50. We are going to see the next 4-hour candle. Currently looks a little bit bearish, and I have one simple rule, okay? If I feel like this might be bullish right now, I mean, if I feel like these higher time levels might hold price and price go high, I just have to wait until price consolidates a little bit and this 20 simple moving average comes closer to the price when it is consolidating. And I would love to see this flipping and price is closing above this, okay, and then starting to reverse back higher. This is when I would like to participate in long setups. Right now, I don't allow myself to take any long setups, even though if I believe this might be bullish, okay, because I'm not a bottom catcher. I mean, my trading style is not about catching the exact bottom. I may take reversal trades, but I never try to catch the exact bottom or exact top of a reversal. So currently, I'll just wait. Okay, I don't care how this candlestick looks bullish. I mean, I might consider a short setup after this, mm, but I can't be so sure about the short because price is expanded a little bit. I I mean, if price keeps going lower and creates a SPS setup like this, by SPS I mean this kind of sweep and going lower, then I might consider taking some shorts targeting this weekly gap level. Otherwise, I will wait. Because I believe that when you wait long enough, price eventually gives something really simple, easy to catch, higher probability with higher win rate. So I'm more into waiting, and I just try to wait and see the characteristic of today's price action. Okay, what do I mean by characteristic? This is our liquidity level, right? If price comes and sweeps it and makes a triple top like that, and then moves back lower slowly, and then if price looks like it is giving something like that once again, I might wait for a triple top once again, because triple top means a little bit lower volume, a little bit lower volatility, and if the volatility was low over here, then I will just assume it might be keep going with lower volatility, because I always assume as long as nothing changes, price might do the same thing again. I mean, when we look at the past data, we can see it easily. For example, look at the last Friday. Price starts with consolidating. It does deep retracements, breaks lower, another very deep retracement, taking out some of the highs, and again, another deep retracement, again, deeper retracement, lower again, deep retracement. As you can see, at least the characteristic, the behavioral pattern is the same. It might reverse and go back higher, or might keep going its trend, but I don't really care about those. What I care about is it started with a little bit choppy price action, and it kept going like that, even though it was going towards a target. I mean, this is a directional price action, okay? But also, this is a directional price action either, okay? Both goes same place, same point, but very different characteristic and requires very different trading styles. So this is why I like to wait a little bit, this for 15 minutes when the market gets opened. So also most of the time we can see a economic news, red folder news, or government shutdown once again. News doesn't really matter with the shutdown, but I still like to wait. See this area, price is creating a small range, 1 minute time frame. If price breaks lower towards this range, then I might treat this range as a block, a wall. Okay. And I would like to get a short setup after price below this range. Maybe a setup like that. Entry from somewhere here or here. But when price is right here, I wouldn't dare to touch it. Okay. Because it might just reverse back higher. It might just expand lower. It might look like doing both without doing any of them. All of them is a price over, price started a retracement, price is in hold. That means a consolidation might be started and I have no idea when it will be end. I mean, if price starts to expand lower right now, I can say, well, this was a short consolidation that took about 10 minutes. But this may very well take 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. I have no idea how much is it going to consolidate, okay? So I wouldn't dare to touch any button over here. I will just wait. Let me draw this 5-minute chart. First 5-minute candlestick. I will just draw a Fibonacci on it. First 5-minute candle looks like 1 minute high. Oh, of that candle. I drew the candle and you can see this is one deviation, one standard deviation of it. This is how big the range was and one standard of the range. Okay. Many times I have seen that price getting reaction level. I talked about this yesterday's section. On yesterday's live stream, once again through the same thing. First 5 minutes range is where candlestick closed. First 5 minutes and price level and action. This just helps me to visualize and uh, be cautious to not to get a long here, long from here. I mean, after this was broken, then price gave a nice long setup above here. But I mean, taking a long from here is great, keeps higher, but taking a long from here is not really great. Okay, that's the only reason I drew this. Otherwise I don't use it too. Okay, price seems like done with this consolidation range, and it still looks a little bit bearish. I would never try to open a long setup right now. Okay, I have seen this many times, and I would just wait. Even if I think there is the best support levels over here or over here, even I really believe price is going to reverse back from here, I would just wait and I would participate after it reverses. I never stand in front of the price. I did that many times before. I stand in front of the price and price just ran over me whenever I did try. Of course, there was times I would catch the dips, exact bottoms. There was times I was getting long setups like that to feel amazing, great, but I don't trade like that anymore. So yeah, it seems pretty bearish right now, and I think price might create the wick of next 1 hour candle after tapping this level. If I see something hits this level, comes back higher, creates the wick of the hourly chart, also gives my entry pattern. I don't know, 15 minutes or 20 minutes or around 10:30. I will take that short towards this level. Now I will just wait, and I see a strong closures on 15-minute setup. And I zoom back, zoom out, like I did the consolidation over here and just start to expand lower, and I thinking that price keep going a little bit further. I will either look for a short setup, or I will definitely won't I won't definitely try to long this. Okay, look at the shape of moving averages. What's happened, and look at the angles of looking over. Okay, imagine a arrow in front of this one. Where does this arrow pointing? Arrow is pointing over. Same logic, simple as well. So there is no need for tips and tricks for this. I mean, when you look at price action and even look at the naked chart, let me open one. I will delete everything and close all the indicators. Okay, it seems bearish. Just because it seems bearish, will I try to get short immediately? No, because I don't want to get out to a reversal. There is a probability of price reversing. These places might be a dip, so I don't want to just go on and click market sell. But just because there is a probability of reversal here, I won't click long either. I will just lean on short bias, bearish bias because it's obviously going lower. I don't want to stand in front of it, and I won't immediately click the short because I want to see some kind of manipulation, some kind of signal that price might want to dig a little bit lower. Okay, and if I get a short setup over here, I will not carry it all the way down because of the characteristic of the current price action, current conditions. For example, look at yesterday. It was going higher, but then it stopped. Didn't go all the way high, just reversed and came back lower. And I anticipate that there's a probability to see the same thing again. I mean, even if this is really bearish, this is making retracements, deep retracements over and over. Look at that big expansion. Price dropped more than 500, almost 700 here to here. But then look at this retracement, 500 points, and then price went back lower. And now look at how much it came back high. I mean, it can very well do the same thing over and over, and then make its deeper pullback, and then it might came back to lows. So since price is range bound, and since it is making deep retracements, deep pullbacks, I would rather take my piece and be done. Okay, if I'm taking a short setup. I will observe this gap. I might look for short setup over here. It will be a scalp short because we are really close lows. I mean, looks this has stopped. Trading view is sometimes slow. And I will just wait for closure of this candlestick. If this candlestick is closer, I will stop it. Since we are inside the gap and price is expanded a bit, I will take partial 1 hour. Okay. Buy limit height. And I think I will take another partial from this low. And I will also be eyeing yes chart. If yes makes lower low for Nasdaq, I will take this partial a little bit earlier, but I think it looks like it is coming lower again. I had no bias. I didn't know where would it go. I just followed the order flow, tried to understand what it is doing. And I just followed the price. Okay. I followed the price. I am not saying impulsively clicking just because the price is leaving a candlestick to a certain level. Okay. I mean, I don't click market sell on levels like this. Okay. I just wait for price to show me its hand. I just try to understand the context of price, and I take my scalp setup without. Why didn't I carry the position too much? Well, because I joined the price after a little bit, and since the daily conditions has got a tendency towards consolidating, I I try to save myself from the probability of things like that. Okay, if price did that, I would lose much. Okay. Also, I never act like I know what price is doing. I have literally no idea what it is doing and what it will do next. I just make some predictions based on the probabilities and based on my feelings that comes from my past experiences, and I'll just simply uh, execute the pattern and just sit down and watch what it does. Okay, so we already took a little bit profits. These two. Okay. This is almost 50 points, and this is 37 points, and this is the last runner. So this pattern can be traded like this too. Entry from here, up here, and exit from here without taking any partials. This is an okay. This approach is okay too. Even putting stop loss over here is okay. But as I told, I like to be a little bit aggressive, taking my partial levels. I want to show something else. Some of the other gap. There isn't only one gap here. This is the current week's gap. This current weekly open. I targeted my target was initial target place. weekly open, and it might very well go on it, might come to take out lows. Okay, but I just joined a order flow. Okay, and I don't know if price reverses from here or not. And I don't know if price decides to make a deeper retracement. Okay, I mean, if price does something like that, I might very well lose money and knowing where the price was gonna go. Okay, actually something like this happened yesterday's stream. If I didn't take my profits yesterday, I was gonna get stopped out, because yesterday I just joined this flow, this order flow. My stop loss was here, entry was here, pretty much like today. Price went a little, but price eventually came back to cut this. My initial target, no, not initial target, my final target was this gap, but as you can see, if I carried my position all the way to this gap, I might get stopped out. So today is pretty much the same. But since it is a bearish price action, uh, it wouldn't be a big surprise to price coming a little bit more aggression, right? So when it is bearish, it's faster most of the times. Yes. Oh, seems like it is coming to my levels. I will just exit. Oh, I couldn't exit. It might still take the order, and it did. So I believe it might keep going lower. Take out these levels. Okay. I mean, I didn't carry the position, even though I believe it might go in lower, just because I want to practice. I want to improve my skills. I'm not trying to be a hero over here, right? I'm just trying to do my best to repeat some kind of proper execution system. So I don't mind. I I mean, I need to be more resilient towards missing out anything, okay? I have to be like that. I cannot afford getting emotional just because I exited early. I will always exit either early or late, okay? And just for making things more easier and more simpler, instead of going in between getting out early and getting out late, I just simply always get out early, right? If I always get out early, I won't have to worry about getting out late, because, well, I'm out. So price always takes some kind of reactions from levels like that. Sometimes it would be a small retracement and price keeps going, continue its way. Sometimes it stronger retracements, taking out some liquidity levels and then going back lower. And sometimes these levels may cause complete reversals. So if um, if there were other targets below the price, and if daily chart were trending, or if month was not February, and instead it was April or May, I mean more volatile months, I might have carried the position a little bit more. But since this has expanded quite a bit, I just didn't want to carry the position too much, and I just took my pieces and gone. My entry was, let me open. By the way, the reason I opened the 30-second chart was price was going with multiple imbalances. If I didn't see that multiple imbalances, I wouldn't look at the 30-second charts and I would still stay on 1 minute. And if I wouldn't see any imbalances on 1 minute, then I would look at 5 minutes. It is really simple actually. If it is fast, I can zoom in. It is slow, I need to zoom out. So this would be my entry, but since a little bit laggy, it took the entry here. I mean, if I was trading with prop firm or live account, setup was going to something like this. But obviously I exited earlier than that. Around setup would be something like that. With partial, it total profit is a little bit lower, but that's. But since trading view is a little bit buggy, I guess. 13. It wasn't that bad. Top was like that. Might be like that too, because it already did double top. If I am entering with sell stop from here, I am entering with a belief that price just gonna go. Okay. If I am taking an entry from here, I don't expect price to come near close to these levels. Okay. If I would think that, well, price might do this, take out this high, but not this one, I wouldn't simply enter. I would wait. So I can put the stop loss like two, but sometimes due to high volatility, price hit a peak and then go back lower. So I put my stop loss to my invalidation level. One partial from here, 1 hour, and another partial from here, right? Oh, 5 hour, and another partial around here, and it would be close to 2 hour. Okay, this for the outcome of the today's trading setups. I mean, I always want my total profit to be more than double of my risk, but sometimes it is less. So I'm okay with that. I mean, it's great as long as it is more than one, for me at least. But don't get me wrong, if my setup occurred over here, I mean, price gave a short opportunity over here too, but price did not print my favorite entry pattern. Okay, this is my favorite entry pattern. If, for example, price had a lower low over here, and if I took an entry around here, then I would very well carry it more than just this low. I would very well target this level, and finally this level. I think that's it for today. I'm not going to take another setup. I believe price still might give some opportunities, but I will just take some notes and just study with calmer manner. So I am calling the today's session over here. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, you may ask it right now, or you may ask that questions from X, Twitter. My DMs are open. Thank you for joining me. Hey Dre, just straight down, nice trade personally. For the stress right now. Well, if you're trading 1 minute chart, there was nothing, really nothing. So if you are strictly trading 1 minute chart, it would be best to wait, I guess. But when prices going fast like this, I like to look at the 30-second chart and take scalps like that. Otherwise, I believe seconds chart are noise too. And believe me, I traded that seconds chart quite a while, quite a bit. I mean, I got several payouts and I blown several accounts while trading 5-second charts. And I mean, if price is near not really fast, I mean, if it is going a little bit slow, lower time frames doesn't worth to look at. So yeah. Also, if price is going really fast, again, it is probably give more than one opportunities, right? I mean, I don't think this trade was the only opportunity for today. I believe price is moving nicely today, and I believe it may very well give multiple opportunities. So I wouldn't be so surprised to see something like this. And this would be a great short setup, I believe. Something like this, maybe sell stop like this, I don't know. Yeah, it was, I think it is enough for today. It's been an hour. If you have any questions, this is my Twitter account. You can send me your DMs. Thank you for joining the stream. I had a lot of fun. And I think it was a productive session. I will see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves.